What's important to recognize is that most hiring issues do not begin at onboarding. They don't begin where you start noticing that performance is slipping. They start much earlier than that, before you have even reviewed a single candidate for the job. They start when you did not clarify what that role really needed to look like and what success looks like in that role. This is Bridget C. Lewis, and this is AI in HR, the RockstarBoss15. Last week, we created the HR snapshot, the foundation, the simple way to capture clarity about your business, your team, and how your work actually gets done. Today, we'll be applying that same foundation to hiring to help you define a role clearly and accurately before you generate anything such as a job description. Because you see, we often jump straight to writing the job description or posting the role. We've already determined what we want in our minds, or so we think, but we really have not agreed on what success should look like for that role. Instead, today we're going to be focusing on the upfront work that makes every job description, onboarding plan, performance conversation easier and more accurate. And by the end of this session, you will have a reusable prompt that you can use anytime you're trying to hire for a new role or refine an existing role. See, for small businesses, hiring mistakes are very expensive. And we're not just talking about the financial cost. We're talking about time and frustration and your team. This is where AI can help. Not by replacing your judgment, because you're still very much needed in that equation, but by helping you to slow down and get some clarity about this role before you make a commitment. We're going to ask AI to clarify the role, the purpose, the priorities, the expectations before anything gets posted. The goal is not perfection. The goal is alignment. So let me set some context here before we dive in. We are working with a small home health agency. The role that we're defining is the front office coordinator. So this company hired someone who seemed to be the perfect fit. The hiring manager was in love with this person. They interviewed well. They had the right background. They came highly recommended. All those boxes were nicely checked off. But within a few weeks, it was clear that something was amiss. The employee wasn't sure what to focus on. The manager felt like everything was slipping through the cracks. And very quickly, they both realized we are not on the same page, honey. So we helped them take a step back and realize that the issue was not the person at all. The person was great. The issue was the role, because everybody had a different picture in their minds of what success looks like in this role. So we have leadership thinking that, well, we hired this person, they're going to hit the ground running and they're going to keep things moving because we're a busy practice and this is what we need. And then we have this new employee who's like, I have all these things that I need to do, so let me just go ahead and get them done and check them off. So she has her to-do list and she's checking things off and she thinks she's doing great. But because nobody really clarified what was important, leadership has one idea of what's important. She has another idea. And here we are in a quandary. Had they clarified early what that role needed to look like and what success would look like over the next 90 days, what's important in this role and what can wait, then the experience would have been so much different for everyone. Everybody would have been so much happier. This is exactly the type of situation that today's prompt is designed to prevent. We're going to walk through the demo step by step and speak things out loud, clarify what we're asking the AI to do for us. First, I'm sharing with you what it looks like in Microsoft Word. We always start letting the AI know who they are. You are an AI assistant supporting a small business. This is our context. We're a healthcare senior care services company. We have 12 people who work for us, and we are trying to hire a front office coordinator. We've got to set that context to tell AI who we are and what we're looking for. Then we're telling the AI what the business priorities are for the role of front office coordinator. AI isn't deciding what makes the role successful. We are. This is a full-time role, and we have a limited budget because we are indeed a small business. We cannot support a senior level hire. And what's most important to us is that the person is reliable. They don't have to have advanced credentials. They could probably do this job with just a high school diploma. And we will provide training, but we want the role to remain manageable. So we've set what's important to us. Now let's talk about what we wanted to do, because if we submitted that, it really doesn't know what we want to do with it. So what we want you to do, AI, is help us clarify the role before we hire it. We do not want you to write the job description just yet, but we want you to clarify the responsibilities of the role, identify the skills that are truly required versus the nice to have, and flag any potential misalignments or risks, and suggest how this role should be positioned before posting. And we want you to clarify things with us before you give us a final output. Please ask clarifying questions if anything needs to be clarified before finalizing. So that's our prompt. So now I'm going to switch over to ChatGPT. I'm just going to send and see what it does for us. Notice how this process forces us to slow down and be very specific about what it is that we're looking for, because this is where roles tend to become overloaded. If you've posted a job description or seen a job description online, sometimes they're pages long. Can one person really do all those things? So we want to ensure that we're not just throwing our wish list into the job description, but we're actually being very strategic about what we're asking this individual to do. So here we've got the results. You'll see here that AI has given us the core responsibilities for the role based on what we've shared with them are our priorities. We have required skills versus nice to have skills. So it's outlining here for us what's truly non-negotiable as far as skills, and then the nice to have, which are helpful but not required. Then it highlighted some potential misalignments for us, some risks, something that we need to look out for, or we risk overloading the role quietly by adding additional responsibilities, or hiring for personality versus judgment. So as you can see, we have a very detailed output. And then we have 5 clarifying questions here that we can go back and refine and tweak our prompt to get the outcome that we're looking for. So once we've done this pre-work, once we've put all of this in, then our final prompt can be, write me the job description, because now we have clarity within that role. All right, so there you have it. From here, remember that AI does not replace you. AI assists you. What you put in is what you're going to get out. If you put a good prompt in, you're going to get good results back. Always remember, this is not about perfection. It's about alignment.